Hello student, welcome to online tutorial session. Today we will start the chapter number 5, that is software and languages. So first of all we need to understand then what is software. So it's a set of instructions. Okay, so set of instructions means software is a set of programs. So program is happening with the combinations of instruction that is given by the computer to perform a particular task. So set of programs which is designed to perform a well-defined functions. And what is program then? A program is a sequence of instruction written to solve a particular problem. So there are two type of software is there. One is system software, another was the application software. Okay, depending upon the types of software we are coming later on, and but right now we will discuss about the generation of the programming language. Okay, so programming language has been developed over the years in phases manner. So each phases of develop has made the programming languages more user friendly, more easier to use and more powerful. So each phases of the improved made in the development of programming languages can be referred as a generations. So the programming language in the terms of their performance, reliability and the robustness can be grouped into 5 different generations. First generation, that is 1GL, second generation, that is 2GL, third generation, that is 3GL, fourth generation, that is 4GL, and fifth generation, it is 5GL. Okay, and we will discuss about each of this. So first generation programming language is also known as the low level programming languages because they are used to program the computer system at a very low level of abstraction, that is at a machine level. So machine language is also referred as the native language of the computer. Machine language means the machine can understand what zeros and one. So the combinations of the streams of zeros and one will be given as an instruction set. Okay, so the computer system is the first generation programming language. In the machine language, program is only details with a binary number. Just I have said that these are combinations of zeros and ones. So what are the advantages over here? The programs written in the machine language can be executed at a high speed because it is the only stream of zeros and ones. As computer understood it very well. So the execution timing or execution speed is very good. Okay, and they are translation free and can be directly executed. We don't need to translate in any other thing. So what are the disadvantages? Machine language is a processor dependent and the instruction set may differ from one processor to another processor, or it is difficult or inconvenient to write and modify the program using this language. Chances of errors are more in the programmer has to correctly remember the binary opcodes. Okay, so now we are coming to the second generation, that is known and also assembly language. So second generation programming language is also belongs to the category of low level programming language. The second generation language is comprises assembly languages that use the concept of the mnemonics for writing the program. In the assembly language, the symbolic names are used to represent the opcode and the operand instructions over here. Okay, so let's see what are the advantage and disadvantage over here. So program written in the assembly language are easier to write, modify, use as compared to the machine language. And an assembly language program produces a high efficiency machine language code on translation. And assembly language code written using the mnemonics helps to find out the errors over there. Okay, so what are the disadvantages over here? Assembly language is a processor, or it is also processor dependent, and the instruction set may differ from one processor to another processor. And the instructions are still written using the concept of the machine code, hence not that much programmer friendly as a high level language is. Okay, now we are moving to the third generation language, that is also known as the high level language. Third generation programming language were designed to overcome the various limitations of the first and second generation programming languages. The languages of the third and later generation is considered as a high level programming language because they are enable programming concentrate only on the logic of the program without considering the internal architecture, that is dependency of the processor or anything. They will not consider this. They will only consider the logical part of the programming. So what are the advantage over using this? So programming language written in the high level are easier to write, modify and use. Then the low-level language. Programs written in high-level language is machine dependent and can be run on machine independent, sorry, and can be run on any computer. It is easier to master in high-level languages. These are very close to the natural language in like English. It is easy to debug the code written in the high-level language. So what are the disadvantages over here? Program written in high-level languages need to be translated to machine language before it can be executed. So whatever we are writing, it is in English and in syntactical format, computer cannot understand. We have to convert it in the machine language. This is the streams of zeros and ones. The translated code require more space and need more time to execute than the program in assembly language. And efficiency of the high-level language program can be less than the written in the low-level languages. The example, Fortran, COBOL, C, C++ are the example of the third generation languages. Now coming back to the fourth generation language, this is a very high level language. The languages of these generations were considered as a very high level programming languages. It required a lot of programming timing and efforts. Okay, the fourth generation programming languages were designed and developed to reduce the time, cost, effort needed to develop the different types of software applications. So, what are the advantages over here? These programming languages allow the efficient use of the data by the implementing various database. The cost and the overhead of developing software using 4GL is less. It is take lesser time to develop the programming using 4GL. Okay. So what are the disadvantages over here? That this machine code generated by such a language after translation may not be the most efficient code as compared to other languages. So what are the languages? CSS, SQL. Okay, these are the example of the fourth generation languages. Now coming to the fifth generation languages, that is artificial languages. The programming languages of these generations mainly focuses on the concentric programming. Okay, the major field of which fifth generation programming languages are employed are the artificial intelligence and artificial neural network. Okay, so this is depending upon the prologue or programming logic on is such a language used to solve the complex logical problem. The programmer uses a set of facts and the set of rules to express the problem. So next, the query made to get the required answer based on these facts and rules. Okay, so what is prologue can become as a question. So what are the advantage of the fifth generation language? The language can be used to query of the database and in a fast and efficient manner. The generation of this language, the user can communication through the computer system simple and in an easy manner. So what are the disadvantage of this? Fifth generation languages can be used effectively for the relatively small application area. Logical programming language of the fifth generation has proved to be highly inefficient. Okay, so thank you student. I'm ending my lecture over here.